Hey, hi, good morning, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying my videos. Thanks a lot for the support extended and really appreciate it on to that. And today, my topic is a Sanskrit phrase. Dear friends, today I want to speak about a famous Sanskrit saying that most people quote but very few people understand. Yatha Raja, Tatha Praja. If you want to translate it into English, it is called as the ruler, so the people. For the centuries, people have used this phrase to judge kings, governments, presidents, and prime ministers. Whenever society faces problem, we immediately point out towards leadership. We say the leaders are corrupt, the leaders are selfish, the leaders are disconnected, and perhaps sometimes that criticism is also justified. But today I want to ask a question that make some people uncomfortable. What if the biggest problem is not the leader? What if the biggest problem is not the leader? What if the biggest problem is the mirror? Because every society eventually becomes a reflection of what it repeatedly accepts. Think about that. Not what it says, not what it posts on social media, not what it claims and believe, not what it claims to believe and but what it accepts, you understand, because every society eventually becomes a reflection of what it repeatedly accepts. And that society, and society that accepts dishonesty cannot produce honesty at the top. A society that accepts dishonesty cannot produce honesty at the top. A society that accepts shortcuts cannot expect integrity in leadership. A society that worships power more than character will eventually will be ruled by power rather than character. That is not politics. That is psychology, my friends. That is not politics. That is psychology. My friends, you know, uh, I'll tell you something about. There is something even more important. Civilization also shapes leaderships. Civilization also shapes leadership. A seed cannot grow in soil that rejects it. A seed cannot grow in soil that rejects it. Likewise, leaders cannot emerge from values that do not exist among the people. Correct me if I am wrong, my friends. Let me ask you something. Where does a leader come from? Where does a leader come from? Does he come from another planet? Is he coming from another planet? Does she arrive from another universe? No. Leaders come from the same homes, the same schools, the same streets, the same society, the same culture. Which means if society has a problem, the leadership alone cannot be blamed. We must also ask what values are we teaching our children, what behavior are we rewarding, what behavior are we rewarding, what examples we setting, what examples are we setting. you know Today I want to speak about the rulers you see every day. A father is a ruler. A mother is a ruler. A teacher is a ruler. A principal is a ruler. A CEO is a ruler. A CEO is a ruler. A religious leader is a ruler. An influencer with 10 million followers is a ruler. The world has changed. The crown has changed heads. The crown has changed heads, my friend. Today, influence is more powerful than authority. Influence is more powerful than authority. Many politicians cannot influence a teenager, but one social media creator can. Think about that. Many politicians cannot influence a teenager, but one social media creator can. Think about that. Today, children know the names of influencers more than scientists. Today, if you ask about more influencers, children know about every social media influencers. And you ask about anybody about a scientist or maybe any creation or something. No, they don't know anything about that. They know viral dances more than national heroes. They know viral dances more than national heroes. They know trends better than values. They know trends. What is the trend going out? Better than values. They don't know about the values. Who is shaping society now? Politicians or algorithms? Who is shaping the society? Have you ever asked this question to yourself? Who is shaping society now? Is it politicians or algorithms? This one point, this is the one point I need to discuss with you guys. This is the one major important point which I need to discuss with these guys. Modern kingdoms are digital. Modern kings are influencers. Modern ministers are content creators. And modern citizens spend hours every day under their influence. This is the one point which I wanted to discuss with you guys. And modern kingdoms are digital. Today, modern kings are influencers, modern ministers are content creators, and modern citizens spend hours every day under their influence. If negativity becomes entertainment, anger becomes content, insult becomes popularity, and division becomes a business model, my friends. If negativity becomes entertainment, anger becomes a content, insults become a popularity, and division becomes a business model, then society slowly starts normalizing the same behavior. Not because laws changed, my friends. Laws are remaining the same. Not because laws are changed, because minds changed. Thought process changed. Friends, a nation does not collapse the day its economy weakens. A nation does not collapse the day its economy weakens. A nation begins collapsing when character weakens. A nation begins collapsing when character weakens. Long before financial bankruptcy comes moral bankruptcy, my friends. Long before economic decline comes ethical decline. History teaches us this repeatedly. Empire did not fall because they lacked money. History teaches us this repeatedly. Empires did not fail because they lacked money. Many empires were wealthy before they collapsed. They fell because discipline disappeared. Responsibility disappeared. Unity disappeared. Purpose disappeared. And here is another point I want to discuss with you guys. A nation is not destroyed by bad people alone. A nation is not destroyed by bad people alone. It is often damaged by good people who become silent. It is often damaged by good people who become silent. When honest people stop speaking, dishonesty grows, my friends. When responsible people stop participating, irresponsibility grows. When capable people are withdrawing, you can say, incompetence fills the vacuum. Nature hates emptiness, my friend. Society does too. Nature hates emptiness. Society does too. If good people refuse leadership, bad leadership becomes easier. If wise people remain silent, noise becomes louder. So if responsible citizens stay home, others will decide the future for them. Many people ask, how do we get better leaders? Many people ask, how do we get better leaders? I have a different question for you guys. How do we create better followers? Because every leader was once a follower. Every future prime minister is sitting in a classroom today. Every future prime minister is sitting in a classroom today. Every future entrepreneur is growing up somewhere today. Every future judge, scientist, teacher, and reformer is learning values today. And that brings me to the most important kingdom, the family. The first parliament of every child is the dining table. The family, the first parliament of every child is the dining table. The first constitution is parental guidance. The first election is choosing between right and wrong. Correct me, my friends, if I am wrong somewhere. First leadership lesson is watching how adults behave. Children rarely become what we tell them, they become what they see. That is why the quality of a nation 20 years from now is sitting in our homes today. My friends, we often wait for governments to change society. But society changes much faster when families change. A nation becomes strong when parents become role models, teachers becomes mentors, citizens become responsible, businesses become ethical, and leaders become servants of the people. So what is the real meaning of Yatha Raja, Tatha Praja? The ruler influences the people. But there is another truth. The people create the ruler. Both are mirrors facing each other. If you see, both are mirrors facing each other. One reflects other endlessly. Therefore, stop asking only what kind of leaders do we have. Start asking what kind of society we are building. What kind of examples we are setting? What kind of values are we passing to the next generation? Because the future is not something that arrives. The future is something we manufacture every day through our choices, through our habits, through our character. And remember this, a country becomes great not when it finds extraordinary leaders. A country becomes great when ordinary citizens start doing extraordinary things consistently. Strongest nation is not the one with the biggest army. The strongest nation is not the one with the biggest army, not the one with the tallest buildings, not the one with the richest economy. The strongest nation is the one whose people still value honesty when nobody is watching. The strongest nation, I'll tell you, the strongest nation is not the one with biggest army, not the one with the very tallest buildings, infrastructure, not the one with the richest economy. The strongest nation is the one whose people still value honesty when nobody is watching. Correct me, my friends, if I had made somewhere wrong. Correct me. So as I said, Yatha Raja, Tatha Praja. It's a Sanskrit phrase. As the ruler, so the people. As the ruler, so the people. So it is not about, it's all about the values what you create. It is all about the values what you create for the future generations. So thanks a lot for watching my videos. I'll come with the next video. Thanks. Bye bye. See you. Take care. Bye bye. Bye.